Hello everyone, it is I, Mark S.W. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of my review on the first wave of the Anderson collection action figures. In the last video I reviewed the first 3 figures, Troy Tempest, Scott Tracy and Captain Scarlet. And now in this video I shall review the remaining 3 figures. They were made by Master Replicas, who replaced Big Chief Studios, who closed down back in 2023. If you're looking forward to this review, do give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, do please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when I upload a video. And if you'd like a mention or a shout out in my videos, hit the join membership button, and you'll also get emojis, behind the scene photos, and sneak peeks of upcoming videos. So let's get to the review. Right then, so the first figure we'll look at is Joe McClaine from Joe 90. Now all figures are 3.75 inches high, although Joe is slightly smaller because he's going to be a 9-year-old boy. Although I must admit, when you compare him to Captain Scarlet, I'm just wondering, maybe Joe should be a little bit smaller? At that height, it looks like maybe a teenager height? But I guess it would have been too difficult if Joe was smaller. Now, unlike the first 3 figures that I reviewed, Troy, Scott and Scarlet, there was no original Joe 90 action figure. There has been a doll size of Joe, but no 3.75 figures. So there's no original figure to compare this new one with. Now, Master Replicas, or MR for short, they've chosen this red outfit for Joe. Now, he has various outfits, but I'm guessing they're going with what he first wore in his first episode. Of course, spoiler alert, that episode was just a story that never really happened. Joe's first assignment was the second episode, Hijacked, and that's a very popular episode with Anderson fans. And the outfit he was wearing was completely different, a grey top and trousers. Personally, I think my favourite Joe 90 look is the one with his brown jacket. I mean, that outfit makes him really look like a secret agent. But to be honest, I think any outfit would be better than this red one. I'm not saying it's rubbish. I mean, as I've mentioned in my previous video, the detailing on the figures is great, and the detailing on Joe's outfits is good as well. But I just think there are better outfits that Joe could have been wearing. So as you can see, Joe's wearing his glasses that allow him to access the brain patterns he's been given. The glasses are not removable, which I think they should have been, because we know he doesn't wear the glasses all the time. But maybe Master Replicas were concerned that if the glasses were loose they might get lost, because let's face it, most of the accessories are very tiny. But apart from that, as with the other figures I reviewed in the last video, we have good detailing on the face, and in fact with the glasses it kind of looks like Joe's got his sort of frowning expression on. As I mentioned in my last video, all the Anderson figures have the same articulation, so the head can turn. Mine's a bit stiff though. Articulation in the arms, whee, and in the legs. But there's no articulation on the elbows and knees, so Joe will be sitting on a deck chair and not a proper seat. That's why when I do the final ratings, I'm deducting a point from each figure because of this. A lot of people say I should get over it, but no, I think they should have more articulation, because as someone who does animations, this sort of limits what they can do in an animated film. Also, like the other figures, Joe has a hole in his shoe, along with all the legal gobbledygook. So you can attach him to this stand if you're finding it difficult to get him to stand up. So it just makes it nice and easy for him to stand. Now Joe comes with a brilliant accessory, which is his WIN agent's case. And it's not a solid piece of plastic, it actually opens, so here we go. That's his school section. So these are just stickers, they're not molds or anything. If we close that up, then turn it upside down, we can open the side compartments. So we'll open this side. So if I can just get it in focus, underneath we have stickers here. That's WIN notebooks. And on the top we have moulds of his badge, the glasses, and the silencer for his gun. So we'll close that up and open it the other side. We have his gun and the WIN transmitter. Again, we have stickers underneath, code book, and the ammo cartridges for his gun. And the best thing is you can take the gun and the transmitter off. A bit fiddly, so you might need something like a toothpick to get them out. So, ooh, there we go. Get the transmitter out. There we are. As you can see, they are so tiny, so you've got to be careful not to lose them. That's why it's great that you got the case to put them in, so they're nice and safe. And again, despite their size, they're so well detailed. I mean, especially the transmitter. You got the circle dash, and even a little blob for the on-off button, I think. So it's up to you how you want Joe to pose with them. You can either have him with his case, or just have him holding up his gun or this transmitter. It's up to you. So now we're moving on from super marination to live action, and our fifth Anderson figure, Commander Ed Straker, played by Ed Bishop in UFO. Again, like Joe, MR have gone for the first appearance look. This sort of creamy and brown outfit that Straker wears in the first episode. As you can see, it's a simple design, very easy. You got silver to represent the zip, although I think there's maybe a bit of painting error on him. Looks like he's wet himself with a bit of silver. Oh dear. Again, the articulation is head, arms, and legs. And of course a hole in his shoe, so you can put him on his stand. Now looking at Straker's head, I'd say the hair is spot on, you know, nice and blonde. As for the face, well, I admit it's tricky because it's live action, but I'd say it's close enough to Straker's face. The way he looks, it looks like they've gone for the sort of ice-cold, serious expression. You know, the look that Straker has, that it shows that he does care about other people, but duty comes first. The running of shadow is more important. Again, one of the accessories is the gun, the sidearm that all shadow personnel have, which is interesting because there aren't that many episodes where Straker is using a gun. I mean, the first time we see him use a gun is in the episode Exposed, when he meets Paul Foster for the first time. But that was an acoustic gun, so it was filled with blanks, and the sound would trigger off charges in the film set, because that's of course Shadow's cover, a film studio. Now Straker comes with a second accessory, which is this clipboard or a file with a sticker to represent a piece of paper. But I've discovered something very interesting with this. After several goes to get Straker to hold this, the sticker has sort of slightly come off, but it's no big problem because if you actually remove it, there is already a piece of paper underneath, which is most unusual. But you can always hold on to the sticker and give the impression it's just a piece of paper. Now, I suppose it makes sense to have this accessory because Straker does spend a lot of his time going through reports and files. I know a lot of people would have him with either a cigarette or maybe a glass of whiskey from his office drinks machine, but I don't think that would have been possible. So now we come on to the final Anderson Wave 1 figure, Commander John Koenig, played by Martin Landau in Space 1999. I think there are mainly dolls of Space 1999 characters, and not many 3.75 action figures, so I suppose this could be the first. So again, looking at the head, but instead of ice cold, he was more sort of impatient. He wanted answers ASAP. Now I think mine may have a bit of a painting error, because when you look at his lips from different angles, it looks like someone has punched him in the face and his lip's been cut or it's bleeding. And MR have gone for the Series 1 look, which I think is better. You have the gold stripes to represent the zip lines for his shirt and trousers. And of course you got the coloured sleeve to represent Koenig's rank, even the line on the other side, so he's commander. In fact, there is a bit of a debate. Some people think it's black, and some people think it's a dark blue or a very dark purple. But I think it's actually meant to be a dark blue. It's kind of like with priest socks, you know. Are they black or are they very, 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 very dark blue? You have to watch Father Ted to understand what I'm saying. But from my opinion, I'd say it's accurate to the TV series. Again, articulation, head, arms, legs. Not the true position you should be sitting in when you're piloting an eagle. And hole in the shoe for the stand. Again, like the other figures, Koenig comes with a gun. Of course, the other guns were either bullets or rays. This one is laser. And what makes it more unique is that it doesn't look like a normal pistol. That's what makes it so recognizable. You see that shape and you know it's from Space 1999. I suppose what MR could have done is maybe add a little coloured dot to the top of the gun, you know, to give the indication whether it's set to stun or set to kill. Now the Koenig does have a holster to place the gun. It's a different design to the others, and it just about stays in. It might look a bit loose, but it should be okay. You just have to be careful because it's very thin plastic. Don't want to break it. Now Koenig has another accessory, the Comlock, a Moonbase Alpha's communication device, and a key for opening doors. Again, we've got some good detailings despite its size, because the buttons aren't just painted on, they're actually moulded on. I'm just not sure about the colouring though, because from my experience the Comlock should be grey, not silver like the laser gun, just a matte grey. I don't think they were white, and I think these part of it, which is the screen, I think that bit should be black. Now to attach the Comlock to Koenig, there's a little hole on the side of the Comlock, and on the left side of Koenig there's a little peg there, and that's how you put on the Comlock. Here we go. Press it on. It fits on perfectly, nice and secure. The only thing is though, because the Comlock does stick out, it does interfere with Koenig's articulation in the left arm. We have to push it out a bit just to put his arm on the side. Now you know how much I complain about the lack of articulation in these figures, and here's a point to show my case, because I've got Koenig holding his Comlock, but he needs to bring it up even more so he can see the screen, but obviously he can't, so he has to hold it like that, almost like he's holding a microphone. So now we come on to the biggie, the final ratings of the three figures, and in my honest opinion, for Joe, I'm going to give him 8 out of 10. Now I mentioned this in my last video that I'm deducting 1 point for the lack of articulation, but the reason why I'm giving Joe 8 is because I think a lot could have been done with him. I mean, they could have made the glasses removable and maybe given him a different outfit. You know, choose one of the others that I've listed. As for Straker, I'm going to give him 9 out of 10 because, honestly, I can't see much failures with this. I can't find any faults apart from the splashback of the silver. But that's just my version, and apart from that, I think it's great. As for Commander Koenig, I'm giving him 8 out of 10. Mainly because I think they should have done more detailing with the Comlock and as I mentioned, the way it's positioned, it affects his articulation with his arm. So now that I've reviewed all 6 figures, I now come to the conclusion bit. Are they worth getting? They're £15 each, and my honest answer is yes, they are worth getting, especially if, like me, you're a big Gerry Anderson fan and you want something for your collection, and these are great. And honestly, my favourite has to be Scott Tracy, because of the removing the hat, so you can change it with the hair. And I think they should have had that with Troy and Scarlett. As you can see, Master Replicas did an amazing job doing these, and I take my hat off to them. Boom. And the good news is there will be another wave. There are 6 more Anderson figures coming soon, and yes, I will be reviewing them. In the meantime, there's a bit of a debate going on in the Anderson community because of these figures and the new vehicle toys and models from Koenig. A lot of people are arguing, are they toys or are they models? A lot of people are saying they're not toys, they're models. On the one hand, they are toys, but on the other, some people treat them as models because they want to, let them last forever. And toys don't last forever. We learnt that from Toy Story 2. But what do you guys think? Are they toys or are they models? Well, why don't you leave a comment down below and let me know. And if you have enjoyed this review, then do give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you're new to my channel. And if you'd like a shout out or a mention in my upcoming videos, then do hit the join membership button and you'll get other lovely perks as well. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Over and out.